everyone, a little bit of a solo review. I say that all the time. I did it in the last video. I say a little bit of a solo review. What does a little bit of a solo review mean? No one's here. Anyways, thanks everybody that's watching right now for my nonsense. I have a beer from Idle Hands out of Malden, Massachusetts. This is their Helga, their smoked Helles lager. Burst of sweet smoke and cracker. Helga is our representation of the classic Rauchbiers of Bamburg with an added twist from the use of cherrywood smoked malt. The smoke is subdued, yet adds pleasant honeyed barbecue character to the finish. 4.9%. Full disclosure, I had this beer. I had a can, so I think I have three. No, I would have two left after I finish this. I had it last year too. Don't think I reviewed it. I really like this beer, but I've never reviewed it. I sent it to Keith. I believe Keith reviewed it. I sent it to Keith last year, so it would have been a review from a while ago. It's a great looking pour, actually. Before anything, sorry, folks. We're gonna just undirty glass mafia this, so that folks don't yell at me. I'm gonna try to. Oh wait, I could have just turned it around. Oh, whatever. I may maybe I'll edit this out. Okay, anyway, sorry. Yeah. Okay, it looks like a Helles lager. It's like straw. I got a big 2 fingers ahead, right, nice and fluffy. Some small compact bubbles, a little bit of big bubbles in there too, but it's nice and fluffy. It looks like you can spoon it out. Let's get a nose. There's still some crackery malt, there's some sweetness, but that smoke is right up in there. If you watch the last 2 smoke beer videos I did, Mike doesn't like smoke beers, hence solo review. I don't think he doesn't like them. He just could take them or leave them, you know what I mean? Yeah, it smells like, not bacon, but like a smoked sausage or smoked ham. Because there's this extra level of sweetness to it, if that makes any sense. But there is this sweet crackery malt. But anyways, I'm diving in. Cheers. You know what I love? I did a smoked beer a little bit ago, and I was like, oh, I wish I had more smoke in it. It wasn't the one I did recently. I love how this says, well, it could just be me. Burst of sweet smoke and cracker. No, not that. The smoke is subdued. I guess it's subdued compared to other more really smoky beers like what's the German one? The really big crazy one that they have the Marzen and the Helles. Anyways, the smoke level on this is awesome. It's throughout the whole palate, but it's the first sip, you don't really get you get the smoke. You don't get it on the very initial millimeter sip as it hits your palate. You get like that crisp lagerness, and then it just the smoke washes over. And it kind of goes away relatively quickly. As I'm talking, for me at least, I know some people who don't really like smoky things. Like if I gave this to Carrie right now, she'd be like, this is terrible. I don't want this in my mouth, and it would just ruin her day. But for me, it's kind of going away, and it has a little bit of lingering smoke, but it's very subdued. There's this lovely little bit of that crackery sweetness it mentions, which is perfect. And the crackery sweetness can come through right around the mid palate, and it kind of follows through the back, but the smoke kind of slowly seeps over it. I absolutely love this beer. Like I said, I've had it before. I've never really given it like this type of dissection. Like I'm usually just drinking it, oh, this is so good. But it's really awesome the way that the complexity of it kind of crispy lager, crackery malt, and then the sweet crackery malt. Then the smoke kind of it comes together at the end, and then it just kind of lingers like a little bit at my back, like this little touch of smoke on the back of my palate. Oh, 4.9%. Should have bought more than a 4-pack. That is, I think they have more. I bought this at the butcher. Oh man, yeah. I can't say enough good things about this beer. If you guys like smoked beers, if you are sort of on the fence about smoked beers and you don't like, okay, I'm just Googling it. I'm going to Google it because why not, right? I shouldn't be smoked Martzen. Shrinkala. How do you say it? I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to do this because Shrinkala. So they make like they're not. Yeah, cool. You said it again. Their beers are very smoky. Or I had one recently, and I was like, oh, this is still really smoky, but it's not as smoky as I remember. So I think my palate has become accustomed to more smokier beers, smokier things in general, I guess. Because back in the day, I remember having those beers and be like, oh my god, this is insane, and now I'm like, oh, it's not that smoky. Like I think Keith has said a few times. Keith at 93 Lumber, check him out. He wants his mouth to taste like he licked an ashtray, which. Anyways, before I go off on a tangent, if you're on the fence about smoked beers, I would get this beer. If you like Helles lagers, if you like Idle Hands, and you see this and you're like, well, I'm not going to get that beer, pick it up. Especially if you like Heidi, right? So Heidi's their Helles. What's the other Helles? Luna? Is it Luna? I think so. That's another one of their Helleses. This is probably more in line with Heidi, or I just think that because of the H's and it's messing with my brain. So I'm like, oh, this must be Heidi with smoked malt. But if you like that type of stuff, give this a try. It's gonna give you that lager. It's gonna scratch that lager itch, but it's also gonna give you a little bit of the smoke. So if you like barbecue, if you have a smoker, if you're smoking stuff and you're still not on the fence about drinking smoke, give this one a try. I'd probably also recommend it's not the smoked one that's very lightly smoked. That's also local, in the New England area. Great Bear by 4 Quarters. That's a smoked brown ale. No, Great Bear. Yeah, it is Great Bear. It's a smoked brown ale, and it's very light. So if you're looking to get into it, do that. I'm just rambling at this point. Anyways, thanks everyone for sitting through my rambling. Nerdsense.net, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, if those are your things. Like, comment, subscribe, those notification bells from when we post new videos. Also, I don't know if I said this. Let's talk about smoked beers down in the comments. What's your favorite smoked beer? What's your favorite, like, readily available smoked beer? Are there any that you get everywhere? But yeah, I'm Sean. This is Nerdsense. Drink smoked beer. Cheers.